Welcome to our Mastermind call with the Renegades team, where we'll share the secrets to real estate success. Let's jump right in and turn your real estate dreams into a reality.
What are you struggling with in your business right now? And we take a collective and try and address it. And we encourage everyone to contribute. This is a true mastermind group. So we are collectively, how are we overcoming these certain struggles? Everyone, if you could put in the chat, what are you struggling with? I mean, obviously the market is a little tough. What's the big struggle for you in your business right now?
Well, one thing I wanted to bring up real quick is I think that whole time thing we talked about last week, I did track everything that I was doing, and I spent more time than I wanted to on like Facebook or watching reels. And so I think cutting back on that a lot has helped me refocus on the business.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up, Stephen. And
Powerful.
I just want to give you a shout out, man. You are an executor, and I love that. I love that.
Great
about
job,
you.
Steve. He is.
You take things and you execute like immediately.
What I'm seeing is lead generation, people ghosting me, follow up. So I think we should just talk about our whole system around leads. What do you guys think? Does that sound good to you? Like not only just lead generation, but what are we doing to follow up? How are we getting people to pick up the phone? Like just giving a quick, what is your touch system? What is your follow-up process? That type of thing.
Yeah. So just before we get into that, just to be fair, this is what we provide to our team for our 100 points daily success checklist. And I'm sharing it because a couple weeks ago, people wanted to see what we did. So this is the point system. You go to script and dialogue training, you get 5 points. You get a Google review, you get 5 points. You have 5 conversations, you get 5 points. And then appointment set, appointment met, offer written, listing signed, closing, video email or video text sent. And then we have life points. So read, listen to a podcast, YouTube, anything that's going to contribute to your personal and or professional growth, exercise and meditation. Then we have you write out what you are grateful for, because someone did mention mindset. And with things being tougher right now in our current real estate market, if you write down what you're grateful for every day, it's going to help your mindsets. And also writing down your wins will help with your mindset. And then, today I will do the following to move my business forward. So this is what we use. And Isaiah has one as well, and you're trying to get to 100 points every single day. Does anyone have any questions about that?
How do we get a copy or get access to this, please?
Yeah, I can send you mine, and then Chrissy's going to share Isaiah's too.
Can you guys see this now? There's a habit tracker. So he has a habit tracker, and so which will give you, so you have your workout journal, daily progress, read 10,000 steps, take vitamins, but you can put whatever you want on here: social interactions, daily content, website building, family and Bible time, getting ready for bed. Like he put every habit that he wants in there. And then you track it and you get you get the points and you can kind of see what you're doing. So long form video, weekend content, 24-hour fast, family time, review. I mean, so anything you want in there, and you just track it. So that's one tracker that we have. He also has like a budget tracker so that you can like be following all your budgets and everything you do, and how many phone calls and what leads are generating and expenses and all of that. So you can kind of have a better thing on that. But I think what we were talking more was about the habit tracker, right? Just putting like down your habits. Let's talk about leads. I'm just looking at people ghosting me was one. Robert said that. Another person said, Cheryl said lead generation. So let's just start with the lead conversation. I know a lot of people are feeling frustrated. We went from a time where, Ben, you were probably in this time too, where like if you had Zillow or some of those, they were like raining leads and they were like A leads, right? They'd call you directly, transfer you a live lead. The people wanted to go see a house immediately, and you were converting that quickly into a sell. And so I don't know about everybody else, and I'd love an open conversation about this, but that shifted this last year big time. And for me, buyer leads are like almost non-existent, and seller leads, I've found a pretty good algorithm for those, and are doing better, but we're all finding that leads are kind of changing, right? So let's talk about that a little more. Like for me, Ben, 75% of my business comes from my SOI, my sphere of influence, and past clients. That's where I'm getting the majority of my business. And then I supplement with leads that are coming in. How about you, Ben? What do you think the majority of your business is, and how is it coming in?
Yeah. So let me just start by saying we stopped buying all the expensive leads. So we're buying a lot of data. We're buying distressed seller lists. We're buying aged internet leads that, if you think about an internet lead, the conversion cycle is usually 6 to 9 months. So we're buying that internet lead that is 6 to 9 months old at a fraction of the cost that it was brand new.
Yeah, I love that. And we've done a similar thing. We realized last year that we were spending way too much money on like Zillow and Realtor.com and some of the brand names, and we weren't getting any results. And so we've taken our spend down from we were spending 10 to 15,000 a month down. We're spending about 1,500 on leads. So we've done that too, so I've done a different approach. I haven't gotten data as much as I've found some really good, I'm doing PPC leads. I'm doing leads with ZBuyer, and I'm doing leads with Google.
So that's interesting. Like my new lead generation budget last year was about 15,000 a month as well, and I'm down to less than $500 a month for new lead generation now. So I shifted in the same exact way that Chrissy shifted. Now we're taking that budget and putting it into loving on our SOI and past clients and our ISA department and our technology and automation. So it's interesting that we both did the same thing. So I'd love to hear from everyone else on here if you've pivoted with the market as well, or where what you are having success with.
I've pivoted from spending money on leads to spending money on systems to convert those leads or to find those leads myself.
Awesome. And Steve, you're doing a good job because we've talked on the phone. You're generating them organically, through, I know you're probably doing a little bit of a split spend, but you're doing it through social media and YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are you guys doing? This is why we're calling it a mastermind. We love, it's Ben said at the beginning.
One of my big lead sources that I've been doing for a while, and it's taken a while to turn into anything, but real estate's a long-term goal too, is I do a lot of geo farming, and instead of going for a deal, I go for trying to add them to my weekly email. And then they convert over time on those usually.
I like it.
Great job, Steve. You are the man. Quick
question, Steve. What types of emails are you sending on a weekly basis?
I always do, week 1 is always the market update. Week 2, I usually do a business of the month. Week 3, I send out all the community events that are going on for the next month. And then week 4 is kind of just a whatever I want to talk about day. And each one of those emails will have links that they could click to get links to properties. They could click to get links to market reports. Also have my YouTube videos in all those emails. I've heavily focused on education, so every week they'll get a new educational video that's posted on the email too. So
those are all video emails, correct?
Text and video through Constant Contact, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
So I think that's important. We do the same. I create 2 video emails, and then the alternate week is a text email. So they get a video newsletter, then a text newsletter, a video newsletter, a text newsletter.
And I think that brings up a good point. Bringing in video, social media, doing video on social media, doing your newsletters, that type of thing. That kind of content is so important right now, I think, for lead generation. People, like I just have been thinking a lot about my children. I tell them to do something or ask them to do something. They go to their YouTube or their phone to figure out everything. Everything's on the phone, and they don't trust what I say. They have people they trust on this online, you know, all of that. And so how many of you guys are making sure that you're, you know, consistently posting?
You get what you give. You get what you give, and what you put out there comes back. So I would suggest adding value to people's lives, and adding value to people's lives in the way of video, right? Video, we want to fight it for so long. I fought it for a long time, but once you get in the groove, it's fine. It's not scary. I don't know if people are. I don't know if you're not sending them because you don't want to do video, or because. Let's talk about that. You guys can shoot and talk, you know.
I've had many people who comment and like, you know what, I don't plan on buying anytime soon, but I love your emails.
Yeah.
Because they're specifically to our area, because you know, a big thing is everybody's following the national news, but they don't know the local. The local is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And that's where we're supposed to be the experts.
Yep. I love it.
Another question, Steve. So can you walk me through the process of collecting these emails? Like, how do you go about it?
Well, you get them through your CRM, the people you already have emails for. And when I call people, I just say, hey, I'm Steven, I'm a local agent. I'm just calling to see if there's anything I could do for you. They say, no. Great, you know, I'd love to help you out. And if you like, everybody needs a real estate agent eventually, right? Mm-hmm. You know, so the talking track is like, hey, I like to be the agent that helps you out when you're ready to buy or sell. You know, most of them will say no, but the people who do say yes, I mean, that's a person in your database that you're going to be dripping on.
Your grit and tenacity is unparalleled, my friend. It really is.
And not only are they going to like your emails, they're going to see that you're posting videos every day, you know. You're going to bring local marketing expertise to them every week. You're setting yourself apart.
So I was at a conference in Texas not too long ago, and there was a gentleman there who had 80,000 subscribers for his newsletter because he packed it with so much value, and he had built his newsletter to the point where other realtors were paying him to put their new listings on his newsletter.
Oh,
that's wild.
No joke. A newsletter can be really powerful.
So the big reason why I do newsletters is because one of the first coaches I learned from was Ricky Caruth. He was from EXP. I don't know if anybody's heard of him.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have. When you said your call, the way you did your call,
But the emails, like whether it's MailChimp or Constant Contact or one of those other ones, they have a better delivery rate than most of your CRMs like KB Core. So it's worth a little bit of extra. And the emails look really clean.
Okay.
I mean, you've seen my email, Christy. I have you on my list now.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I love it. It looks really good.
It's funny you said that, Stephen, because I was about to say, hey, Stephen, can you add me to your list so I can see what you got going on?
I could add anybody if you want. Yeah, like.
Yeah, can you add me, Stephen, too?
Add me too, please, Stephen. I want to see it.
Add us all. I'm terrible with newsletters, so that's why I never do.
One of the things that I just want to, that I think I can add value to this conversation, because one of the biggest mistake I used to do is a lot of different marketing activities, but not actually have KPIs to know if it was really working or not. And a lot of, I don't know if anyone else can relate to me. Anyone else make that mistake? You're doing all these activities, but you think it's working. You have your own opinions. Oh yeah, it looks pretty. I like it, right? So what I would share with you, if you're going to spend the time to do a newsletter, make sure you know what good KPIs are and what are not. That's good. So just you guys know that anything that's hovering around 15 to 20% around sending out to your entire database is a really good metric. If you get above 20%, you're considered borderline great.
Okay. I think that's what's going to be wonderful about this group. We're just starting now, but obviously just by this small conversation we have, we've expanded several topics. So I'm going to start taking a list of things we've been talking about, and then maybe we could like each week kind of decide which direction we want to go in, because there's so many things directions we can go. And I know one thing that is Isaiah's strength, and he's taught me a lot about, is systems and processes. So we definitely want an open topic and work together as a mastermind. But maybe think about this week what you really want to go on and expand bigger next week, and let's really go a little bit more in depth on things. And when you're thinking about that, think about what questions you have as far as what you'd like to know more about, but also what are your strengths that you can give to the group, because this class and last class, I've walked away with so many nuggets. I started implementing stuff for listings last week immediately that you guys gave. So we want this to be beneficial for everybody.
Love it. That's great.
Justin. Thanks, guys. Next class.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.